Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am Manas Mitra, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar. Today's highly anticipated S4HANA webinar will be only for you. We are thrilled to have such an esteemed audience joining us from different geographical locations in India. As we all know, that modern era is the era of complexity and cutthroat competition. In this competition, SAP S4HANA Cloud is the barometer for any company's success. So keeping this in mind, we have designed our total presentations for you to provide you that will help you to get the actionable knowledge that will take back to your organization and apply this in your digital transformation journey. So without wasting much of your time, let me share my agenda of this webinar. So fine. So this is my agenda for this webinar. So here you can clearly see that we have two speakers, renowned speakers. We are glad to inform you that we have very renowned speakers in this webinar, and one of them is from our SAP India, right? So let me introduce my speaker. My first speaker is Mr. Ashish Karkhani. Mr. Ashish Karkhani is the Managing Director of Merino Consulting Services. And second one is Mr. Ashish Srivastava. He is basically from SAP India. So let me introduce my first speaker, Mr. Ashish Karkhani. As I told you that Mr. Ashish Karkhani is the Managing Director of Merino Consulting Services. By qualification, he is Chartered Accountant and he is also cost accountant, right? When I'm talking about Mr. Ashish, he is industry veteran with more than 35 years of experience, global experience, I may say, right? And the best part within this is that we have a speaker who did his first SAP implementation in India, right? So this is one of the best thing that I want to share with all of you. And apart from this, he is a specialist in building and turning around troubled business units successfully into your profitable one. So without wasting much of your time, let me welcome Mr. Ashish Karkhani. So Ashish sir, please, I'm handing over this total responsibility to you. So please present. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Manas. I hope everybody is able to hear me. Manas, can you confirm that?
Sir, you are on mute, sir. Ashish sir, you are on mute.
We can hear you. No, Ashish, we can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, right? Right. Okay. So thank you, Manas. Thank you, Ashish, for joining this webinar.
Ashish sir, we won't be able to hear you.
You're not able to hear.
Manas, we are able to hear Ashish. I think there is some issue with your speaker. You might need to check.
Okay, sir. Please, sir.
Okay. So first of all, thank you very much to everyone for joining this webinar. And I want to express my thanks to all of you for taking the time off. In return, I want to promise you that the next 45 to 50 minutes are going to be extremely important in your company's journey. And first of all, please give yourself a big pat on the back for joining this webinar, because you are one of those few enterprising companies that are actually going to be successful. So let me share my screen very quickly. And okay. So Manas, I think you need to give me the right to to share my screen. Can you? Can I get the control,
Yes,
please?
sir. Please, sir. Access has been given to you. Please, sir. Try.
Okay. So I'm going to share. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, please confirm that my screen is visible. Any one of you can confirm. Ashish, is my screen visible?
No, sir. Not yet.
Not yet.
Manas, okay. I have shared my screen already, so I don't know why it is not visible, but I've already shared my screen. Okay. Please check now.
Yeah, started appearing.
Okay, fine. So I'm just going to. Is the full screen visible now?
Yes.
Okay. So sorry everyone for that last minute glitch from our side, but let's take this forward. So I'm going to talk about how you can take the lead in your industry with SAP Cloud ERP. So first of all, I want to ask you, did you know that sustained business is not guaranteed even for top global companies? If we look at the research, 52% of Fortune 500 companies have gone out of business since 2000. And these are absolutely large billion-dollar companies that have control on supply chain, that have great products. And despite that, they've gone out of business. And we will examine why has that happened. As opposed to that, digital startups have outpaced Fortune 500 companies, and these are companies that have been successful. The remaining 48% have been successful. But despite that, new age companies, digital startup have outpaced their Fortune 500 peers by reaching billion-dollar valuations in 4 years, just 4 years. This is 5 times. This is 5 times faster than than the Fortune 500 companies were able to achieve the same results. So this is what I'm talking about. That what can you do? What is the secret of success? What have these companies done differently? And what is it that you, all of you who are attending this webinar, what is it that you can do to also adapt this and make your respective companies successful? So the first thing is that these companies, these new generation startups, they adapted global best of breed enterprise systems. So this is something that they did not compromise on. They said, yes, we are new age companies. We want to use the best digital systems to do this. They adapted cloud from day one. Moving to cloud was absolutely critical for their success. And why is it critical? Because today's companies are highly dependent on technology to make a competitive difference. And the very fact that they don't have to worry about infrastructure, they don't have to worry about which database to take, where to host, or whether on-prem or at a data center. They don't have to worry about technology adaptation. They're simply adapting the best solutions in the world, whether it's ERP or supply chain, CRM, etc. And then these ERPs have the latest industry practices, which is not just the best of breed, but they are the next generation practices, and they adapt these practices. And then, of course, they partner with the right IT consulting and implementation companies that have domain expertise, that understand their line of business. And that is why today's topic is, how are we going to make a difference to your industry? Okay, a little bit about ourselves before we move forward. Merino Consulting Services, we are a $250 million company in terms of our group revenues. We have 400 plus global customers that we serve. We do projects. We have done projects in 42 plus countries. And as we speak, we added 2 more countries in the last few weeks. So that's almost 44 countries. In India, we are certified as a great place to work. We offer 24/7 by 365 services to our global customers that need our support. As far as cloud is concerned, right? Well, we are in practice for 16 plus years, but cloud is relatively new. Cloud has just come in the last 3 to 5 years. And in just a short span of less than 3 years, we've already done 9 cloud implementations and we have 56 plus slides. And again, as I said, as we speak, we've added 2 other countries. So this cloud implementations, the number has gone up even more, and the sites have gone up even more. We've had 11 successful go lives in the past 18 months. And why do I say 11 successful go lives? Because 2 of them are not cloud. But as you see, the key point to note here is 9 out of 11 companies that we are serving are choosing to go to the cloud. So you see, the world is changing. The companies that want to be successful, they are the ones that are adapting very fast, right? So that's a huge percentage of companies that are adapting cloud. And as you see, we are global. We have operations in so many countries. Okay, now something which is very, very important in terms of our domain expertise. So we serve customers. Of course, SAP serves customer in more than 40 verticals, but we serve customers not in all verticals, but in some of these verticals, more than 20 verticals. And some of the key verticals that we serve: industrial equipment and machinery manufacturing, any kind of manufacturing, whether it's machinery, whether it's medical instruments and devices. Of course, that we categorize under the healthcare sector, but any kind of manufacturing. Auto ancillary, we are very, very strong in terms of our domain expertise in the auto ancillary business. Again, process industries such as steel, metal, foundry, making any kind of foils, injection molding machines, glass and ceramics, mining, energy, oil and gas. So these are all process-based industries. And again, we offer services in these industries. Coming to construction-related verticals such as construction, EPC, which is engineering, procurement, construction, which is all turnkey projects, also called EC&O in the SAP language. Design and civil engineering, utilities, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, life sciences, agro-based industries, cosmetics, agro-based industries such as agri-sciences, dairy, tea, paper, furniture. And we have very strong domain expertise. For example, some of our esteemed, our parent organization is also a highly diversified manufacturing company that is into some of these verticals. FMCG, food and beverages, retail, QSR, high-tech electronics, textiles, FIBC, IT, ITES, professional service, and logistics. So if you fall into any of these verticals, I can assure you we can add a huge amount of domain knowledge we can bring to the table and help you with your implementations and help you to grow not only with SAP, but using our expertise in this areas. Let me come to SAP a bit, and we're going to talk about RISE with S/4HANA Cloud. So basically, what is RISE with SAP, right? You must have heard this before. So first of all, it's a cloud industry, cloud ERP for your industry, for your business needs, right? And while the other companies are talking about best of breed practices, SAP is talking about next level practices and extensibility. And that is what is making a difference. And I already spoke before that these digital companies are adapting next level practices. You know, the world is changing, the business is changing. India is going to become a $3 trillion plus economy. It's going to be the third largest economy, you know, in a short span of time. It's going to be the second largest economy by 2050. And obviously, that is going to bring in global competition. And many of you, the fact that you're already attending this webinar clearly goes to show that you are very focused on digitization, on the cloud journey, and you are definitely going to be a successful organization. But again, SAP is the company that allows you to use these next level because it provides for this kind of functionality, which is new generation. And of course, to support your business, get you more visibility, there's analytics and business process intelligence. And of course, we give you outcome-driven services as one of SAP's partners. And by the way, I want to mention that we have every kind of sell authorization from SAP as a reseller. We can sell you any kind of solution, and that will fit your need. So what is really the difference? What is the difference in the last couple of years? Well, cloud has been, as I said, for about 4 or 5 years. But the last 2 years, there has been a huge transformation even within the cloud and even within SAP's HANA, S4 HANA or Rise with HANA. And what is the fundamental difference? One is real-time insights. And you know, Ashish Srivastava, who's the next speaker from SAP, is going to talk more about it. So I'm not going to get into detail, but you can get a lot of transparency, visibility, you know, through transactional and analytical data, dashboards, these kind of overviews, and they are going to help you in taking decisions to move your business forward. Okay, functionality. This is very, very critical. In the earlier versions, a lot of functionality was not a part of the standard public cloud, let's say, okay? And these functionalities were licensed separately. Now these functionalities are embedded within the cloud. That's a huge, huge change. So for example, let's say extended warehouse management. If you are a company in construction, EPC, etc., you know, project systems, right? All of these things have been built in, right? Supplier management, central procurement, and there are embedded functionalities now on buy side, sell side, make side, on the finance side. All of these have been added, and now you get this as a part of the solution itself. So you don't need to invest in or look at multiple solutions because these functionalities have now been built in and they come as a part of your standard licensing. Okay, that was on the modules functionality side, right? Now, as far as new business processes are concerned, and I said in the beginning that these new startups or digital new generation companies, they are adapting the next level business processes. Something that is new, something that is cutting edge, and that's going to make a difference. And a lot of these new requirements have also been, the new business processes have also been built in, and you can then do a lot of automation in these areas to actually fast forward your business, make the ERP easy, not only easy to use, reduce the complexity, but you can get a lot of these business processes embedded within the systems. And one of the biggest innovations which SAP has brought in is actually the business technology platform. And this is a very, very critical, I would say there's a very, very critical innovation, because what it allows you is it allows you to extend your ERP solution. So let's say, for example, you are a company in a very specialized industry. You need to use some third-party solutions which are very, very industry specific. Could be on the design side, could be on product lifecycle management side, or could be any industry specific functionality. With the business technology platform, it allows you to integrate with third-party applications. It allows you to do any kind of app development. It allows you to do automation, and of course, give you specific data and analytics. Coming to Merino, we have built a lot of value-added tools and technologies on top of. So you already, not only do you get an absolute best of breed next generation solution from SAP, but you also get a lot of value add from Merino side. And this is based on our domain expertise we've built in. For example, just to give you, this is a small list of examples. I mean, I can go on and on for an hour in terms of the value adds that we have built, but we have got compliance reporting, digital security based solutions, IIoT or IoT based solutions, automation of barcode, getting in your SCADA, PLC, data into, from machine data into the system, integration with your banks, any kind of, real-time insights, Fiori applications, which is SAP's based Fiori applications and dashboards are tailor-made, are already there, tailor-made for your industry, and we can extend this further using our expertise in your industry. We have got huge experience of integrating multiple global systems, and this is something that we can do for you if you need to use any third-party applications. And we have a huge knowledge repository in all these industries that I've spoken about. And if you need, you don't need anything on the cloud side, because if you adapt cloud, you are, all the complexity of the cloud has been taken care of. But we also have specialist certified cloud architects on SAP Cloud Solutions, so that if you were to need any expertise in that area, that's also something that we can provide to you as a value add. And last but not the least, I want to talk about the fact that we have our methodology, which is basically which is an SAP-based methodology. But on top of that, we bring our value add in terms of domain expertise in your industry. So what we do is we help you to adapt to standards. And this is possible only if somebody understands your business very deeply. They understand last mile functionality. They understand the nuances of your business. And so that because of our knowledge of a strong knowledge of understanding, not only the SAP's ERP solution, but we also understand very, very well your industry and your business. So that the combination of that is something that helps us to ensure that there is absolutely minimal customization, and you can use maximum amount of functionality and maximum amount of features that SAP gives you. Well, just to give you a very quick insight into our journey, we initially, when you engage with us, I would say when you talk to us, we do a basic level qualification. We understand what you need, what are your requirements, and that's an initial level discovery. And then we move on to what is called as a digital discovery. And this is a digital assessment, a detailed digital assessment that we come down to your site and we do a digital discovery and see how best the solution fits you for your industry, what can be adapted. And this is something we do not move forward. Like in the older generation, people would move forward with a very cosmetic 30,000 feet discovery. But what we do now is what is called as a digital discovery. And this is something that, that helps you move forward. And then, of course, once we agree to move forward, we sign the license agreement and the services agreement. Then we will, of course, set up, enable you, tell you how do we start the project. And then we move ahead with our project in terms of the realization, the execution of the project. We get you ready with, your old data to get on the new system. whether it's migration, testing, etc. If you need any third-party integrations, etc., we will help you extend the solutions also as a part of the realization. And then we will ensure you are ready to go live, get a go live readiness assessment done before deploying the solution, and then you go live. And the ERP journey or any solution journey does not end there. It is a start. So that is the start of your journey into actually become one of the successful companies, one of those companies that is able to go ahead of its competition, not only grow your business in your industry vertical, but be one of the top companies in India and maybe in future globally. So this is what we do under our innovation, operations, support, etc. So last but not the least, I want to end by saying that the best run businesses are using SAP, they are adapting cloud, they are adapting the next level practices, which is already embedded. And along with the domain expertise that we bring to the table in your industry vertical, this is a short, absolutely guaranteed route to being successful in your journey. So that is it from my side. Thank you very much. I will talk to you once again during the wrap-up session, but let me now hand over to Ashish Srivastava, who is the next speaker. And Manas, if you take over and introduce Ashish so that he can then present. Thank you. Thank you everybody for attending, for listening to me attentively, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your introduction as well as high-level understanding about SAP S/4HANA Cloud ERP. Right. So our next presenter is Mr. Ashish. Let me share the screen. So we have our next presenter, who is Mr. Ashish Srivastava. As I told you that Mr. Ashish is from SAP India, and he is having almost 11 years of experience in different roles like your solution consulting, then pre-sales activities, and project management. He is very much known in the market for solving business problems with technology solutions. Apart from this, he got the exposure of helping and got the exposure of knowing the different verticals, different industries, right? He is helping companies to choose the right SAP solution for their business. So this is a small brief about Mr. Ashish Srivastava. So I would request Mr. Ashish to present his presentation. So Ashish, please start your presentation. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Manas. Hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks for the introduction, Manas. I would just start sharing my screen. Let me know if it is visible to you all.
Visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Great. So I'll start with a very brief introduction about what SAP is doing for mid-market companies, or rather I would say the companies which are the flag bearer of today's India's growth success. Now, since in the previous session, Ashish was also highlighting that India is poised to be the third largest economy, and IMF has also predicted that in next 4 years, India would be the third largest economy. And we at SAP believe that mid-market companies are the biggest contributor towards this great success. But at the same time, we also understand that there are challenges related with the way these companies operate, because these companies are always constantly under margin pressure. They have to grow at the same time, balance the customer expectation. They are not having that big capital to invest and leverage a time period which is a kind of period where they can experiment something. So whatever they are investing, they want the faster ROIs, on their capital. So whether it is coming up with a new manufacturing unit, setting up a new line of service, if it is a service industry, or could be anything, or entering into a new geography altogether. So what leaders like you, what is their responsibility to in this kind of scenario? What we understand that it is the prime responsibility is to balance it off in the sense, make sure that the organization continues to run efficiently from the operation side. At the same time, it is on the growth path by adopting innovative solutions, at the same time disrupting the market. So on this note, let me start my presentation. So what SAP, so before that, SAP has always been focusing on small and mid-sized organization, and that's the reason we do have a very specific team which focuses on this particular industry domain. And to cater to this, we have come up with something called Grow with SAP. It's basically a framework, right? So when we talk about Rise with SAP, it's again another framework where we have the cloud ERP at the center of it. Similarly, Grow with SAP also is a framework where we have the cloud ERP itself at the center of it. But there are certain other elements of this framework which makes it successful offering for typical mid-sized organizations which are looking towards becoming an intelligent and sustainable enterprise. So the Grow with SAP framework is designed to run with industry best practices, as well as at the same time it supports you to build your own breakthroughs, because every business have their own needs, right? And then it helps you to grow without limit, as well as go live with confidence. So let me explain all of these elements to you, that how does it actually help you in practical scenario. So we all know that SAP has always been there since our existence. We have been focusing on the best practices. So best practices earlier was available as an option to every customer to implement, but with the cloud ERP, it is more essential, or it is imperative for you to adopt the best practices. Why? Because it gives you a base or a foundation to start with. Say, for an example, if you are, let's say, Ashish was taking an example of construction company or ECNO company. So if you are a construction or ECNO company, you have to procure a material. So that material has to be procured against the project, right? Then you will have your own ways of doing project budgeting, tracking the projects at various levels, and making sure that you are able to trigger the billing through the project itself. So each are nothing but the processes which are very, very specific to your industry. And that's how the best practices are defined for different industries. So we do have 26 plus industries being covered, for which we have certain specific processes which are designed for all such industries. And these processes covers end-to-end process cycles within lead to cash, source to pay, plan to fulfill, as well as record to report, wherein lead to cash covers all your sales related operations, and source to pay covers all your procurement and inventory related stuff. Plan to fulfill is nothing but the core operation part if you are a manufacturing organization. So it includes the planning, scheduling, manufacturing, producing, and storing, as well as shipping it to your customers. Then record to report is the baseline for all the processes, where you have finance linked with every transaction or every process within the organization. And all of these processes are basically available within S/4HANA public cloud specific. I'm talking about where you have the interface itself is available with a very intuitive UI and embedded with a lot of intelligence as well as automations within the product itself. So for an example, if you are doing a bank reconciliation, you don't need to be manually go and check every transactions which are there in the bank statement and match it with your own transaction. System has that intelligence to create to match these bank transactions against your SAP ERP data, and it will highlight the differences wherever you have any. right? So that is how the intelligence and automations is built within the product itself. And many of you, I'm sure, must have experienced the cloud, I mean, the SAP ERP earlier. But the cloud ERP is completely different, believe me, because gone are the days when we used to sit in front of, blue screens where we have multiple fields, which probably, would, I would say, make a user's life complex when it comes to executing a particular transaction end to end. The S/4HANA public cloud comes up with a very modern user interface design, which works across devices, whether it's purely browser based as well as it has native mobile applications through mobile start. So it can work on mobile devices. It can work on even on your wearables. So certain action items or certain notifications which needs to be delivered there, you can do that within variables also. We have a lot of R&D gone into this to come up with this new layout or new avatar, you can say, because it focuses on the user's experience in a way where the productivity of the user is being maximized, and user have minimum steps to complete a transaction. And within the UI, within the front end itself, we have the embedded guidance, or you can say support and available, wherein the system will be able to explain itself that what a particular field means, what data needs to be filled into it. Because earlier we used to have a lot of user manuals, and then certain times those user manuals also used to be outdated when you upgrade system or when you do certain changes at the UI level. Here with this embedded guidance support, you can not only trigger the SAP help, but you can also manage to get that information passed to the specific user, that what needs to be inputted as an information or as a transaction, as a part of transaction execution while user works on the system. And then when we talk about cloud, obviously security comes, a very often as a part of our discussion. So we have 7 layers of securities added into the cloud ERP, and we definitely understand that our customers' data is the most important thing for us, and that's the reason we do not only encrypt your data with the highest level of encryption mechanism, but we also have a lot of physical as well as virtual security added on top of it, and all of these are compliant with various industry standards such as SOC 1, SOC 2, as well as ISO 22301. So that is to give you an assurance that even if it is a public cloud ERP solution, you have your data is secured with us. Now, while I was talking about industry best practices, and Ashish also touched upon that during the discovery phase, we not only understand your requirement, but we have a proper due diligence through which we ensure that your requirements are being met. So to ensure that, we have a tool called Digital Discovery Assessment Tool, and this tool is available to partners like Merino. When they start engaging with you during the discovery stage, they understand from you your requirement in each of the processes. Say, for an example, what do you expect in supply chain? What is your requirement in sales, in finance, and etc. And at this stage itself, they also show you the system in the sense that we have process flows available for all of the best practices, and you can experience and see that how exactly these best practices are designed, whether it meets your requirement end to end or not, or you need to do certain enhancements, or you need to build a custom process altogether. So you will be able to understand this information well before you subscribe for the ERP. So digital discovery tool has its own advantages, and that's the reason if you see here, and we have various best practices cards, and all of these cards are having detailed elaboration about the process, and it also has the process flow. Let me show you how it looks like. If you see here, we have customer project management for an EC, again, taking the same example of EC, company, where you have a project against which you do billing also, right? These are customer projects basically. So the scope item is J11, and what are the key process flows? If you are able to see my screen, so if you see, the key processes are listed again there itself. And then if you go one level down again, then you'll be able to see that how exactly the process flow looks like in this best practice item. And then this is not the end. In fact, you also have pre-recorded, offline demos available, which partners can leverage and showcase to you that how this runs within the system. So flow is one that you will be able to understand the overall, from start to end, how this transaction is being executed. But you can also experience that how does it look like in the real life scenario that is in the system. So you have the demo system also available. Those are click-through demos available to the partners, which they can showcase to you at the discover stage itself. So that is how we ensure that these best practices are being adopted by our partners and eventually by our customers with this right set of tools. So definitely we do understand that the success of a cloud ERP lies in in a mantra called fit to standard, which means that adopt the standard best practices wherever possible. But at the same time, we also understand that every business, as I mentioned earlier also, that every business has its own need. So that means that you would have certain scenarios where you need the system to be configured specifically in a way which meets your expectation, or which differentiates you from your competitor. So to support that, we have I would say 3 layers of tools through which help you to adopt or make your own breakthroughs. So to start with, we have the basic business configuration, which is embedded within the tool, within the S/4HANA product itself. So say for an example, if you want to add a payment term, or if you want to change the output of your let's say invoice format, so those things can be taken care directly within the system using business configuration. And then we have you can have scenarios like adding a custom field into an existing form, which is, let's say, if you have 10 standard fields in the while you take customer order, you have 10 standard fields into it, you want to add another one, you have the flexibility within the product itself. So even a non-technical user without any code can add a custom field into the product itself, into the screen. Then you have scenarios where we need a custom analytics, means that you want to have your own dashboards with your own KPIs. So we do have drag and drop facility through which you will be able to design or set your own KPIs. So as soon as you log in, you will be able to see those dashboards within the system. So that is where this is one layer of I would say tools, one set of tools which are available within the product. And then we have certain other tools which help you to again design various outputs using custom PDF form, as well as we have embedded steampunk, which is nothing but an additional layer of ABAP technologies within S/4HANA product, which can again be leveraged to build custom business process logics. So if the standard doesn't meet your expectation or requirement, then you can again build the custom business logic within the product within S/4HANA. These are within the product. Then there's something which is a pro code side of it, or where we have the BTP kicking in, where we have end-to-end process automations can be designed, as well as full-fledged custom applications can be designed and can work in a sidecar scenario, which basically that with using this standard APIs available from this S/4HANA side, you can design your own processes, and it can work together with S/4HANA Cloud. Right. So as I was mentioning in the beginning, right, obviously Indian industry is growing at a very fast pace, speed. And then we have a lot of customers who are going global. So that means that you would require tomorrow to not only innovate on your existing traditional business models, but also you would require to grow into different markets, such as different geographies, wherein you will be having a lot of other workforce coming into working in the same environment which you have for your business operations. So S/4HANA Public Cloud support various different business models, as well as it has a continuous innovation going on. So we release twice a year upgrade to the product, so that you have all the new business processes as per the industry trend available within the S/4HANA Cloud. So one of such example could be moving from a traditional business model where we sell something to a customer and then we just bill for that particular product services. So moving from that to a model wherein we have our services combined together with the product being offered as a subscription model. So anything as a subscription is something which is being adopted by many industry customers. So that is being well supported out of the box from the product. So you can combine a sales order along with a service order, and you can build a subscription contract with your customer, and then you can charge them based on the usage, based on the periods or anything. So all these things, all such scenarios are available with right out of the box from the solution itself. And the same system, the same S/4HANA Cloud ERP supports 51 different country localizations. So irrespective of you are expanding into a new market such as Europe, any country in Europe, or could be US, or could be even Africa, or so the system has the capability to support all the localizations, so that you don't have to worry about that whether your current ERP will support that processes, or you don't have to worry about adding in something additional on top of your core ERP. And it also supports 32 different languages. So the system is available to be used in 32 different languages. So same system can be used in different languages also. Okay, so just to give you coming on to the last element of this framework, that is the go live with confidence. I would like to repeat again that yes, to start with, you have industry best practices through which we ensure that you are well informed that how the system behaves or how it meets your requirement, and you are also able to take an informed decision, and which is being available to you through our digital discovery assessment tool. So with this, we ensure that you are enabled to see or to adopt fit to standard processes. But that's not the end. We definitely have something more for you, that is called packaged activation services, which is again a very with a very minor add-on. We have something called package activation services, which will be available to you directly from SAP as a service, which means that when you, let's say, if you are a discrete manufacturing customer and you are subscribing for S/4HANA Cloud, so SAP team will work with you to get those initial scope items validated and activated before you start working on the system. So what it basically delivers is that it helps you to build a foundation with a predefined scope, so that you don't have to worry about what fits for you, what not. And then it also helps you to shorten the overall implementation timeline, because mostly, when we talk about ERP implementations, what comes in our mind is that it takes a lot of time for us to do an ERP implementation. But with the S/4HANA Cloud Grow with SAP framework, with package activation services, this the overall implementation timeline also gets very shortened, and typically it takes 4 weeks for a customer to go live with this package activation service. And then eventually, it gives you a peace of mind that what you are implementing is going to meet your business requirement, and without any disruption. You have the system available to you with your sample transaction data, I mean sample master data also. So that you, once from the day one itself, you are able to test and run your own scenarios, so that and build on top of that with the help of partner like Merino. And that's not the end, right? We have SAP community that is, I'm sure you must be aware of our SAP community pages, where we have a lot of experts collaborating with each other, SAP experts, as well as our, experts from our customer side, customer groups also, who help, each other to make sure that if you're stuck somewhere during the implementation, many of our customers raise their queries on this community portal, and they are being in fact guided by a similar industry customer who have already implemented and adopted the solution. So that's how our community works. And then we have a learning hub subscriptions available to you. So if you want to get expertise into a specific domain, say let's say could be technology domain such as BTP, or ABAP, or a functional domain such as finance, sales, procurement, anything. So you have a learning hub subscription available. You can subscribe to it and get certified your own resources within the company, so that they are able to manage your own system into it. So since now whatever I was talking about was basically related with Cloud ERP, and that is at the center of our intelligent and sustainable enterprise strategy. And so that supports end-to-end processes for any industry, 26 different industry I talked about. So these are the industries you see which are being supported through the Cloud ERP. So to cater to these specific industry needs, we have, apart from the cloud industry, we also have industry-specific solutions which are very, very niche in nature, which supports different industry sectors. And then we also have sustainable solutions such as Sustainability Control Tower, which basically help you to report your, all your ESG related requirement through a centralized platform. Again, doing benchmarking, reporting against those, KPIs. So everything is possible using our sustainable solutions. And then we have our line of business solutions, which are focusing on three different areas. One is human capital management, where we have our success factors as a leading flagship product. And then we have spend and business network solutions, where we have our Ariba and Conquer solutions, which are basically related with procurement and expense management. And then we have front office solutions such as sales and service, marketing, and all. Right. And at the base of all these strategy, we have business technology platform, and I'll be elaborating the BTP a bit in detail in my subsequent slide. I'm just so apart from all the solutions which are available from SAP, we have 20,000 partner ecosystem solutions like Merino. We have a lot of partners who have their own bolt-on products which are added on top of the Cloud ERP, which works for different industry requirement, for different set of customers requirement, or localization geographic requirements. Right? And SAP also provides end-to-end process intelligence across all these products. So we have Signavio as a product which helps you to understand that if there are, let's say, 20 steps in a process, so whether all 20 is being followed for every transaction, or if there is anything which is being missed by any user, so you'll be able to get those process insights using our Signavio tool. So that completes the intelligent and sustainable strategy from SAP. Hope you are able to understand that what SAP is offering when it comes to an intelligent enterprise. Right. Sorry, I think this is okay. So moving to the next section, that is the BTP. I would quickly like to talk about BTP a bit. So it has 5 pillars, we call it. The app development is nothing but a platform on which you will be able to develop independent applications. Say, for an example, if you want to build a supplier collaboration portal, so you can build an end-to-end portal itself on the business technology platform using the app development tools. Or it can also act as a platform to extend your existing processes which are there in the cloud ERP. Say, for an example, if you have a very different way of doing get in, or if you have exim as a solution, export import is something which is heavy for you, so you can offload such applications and build on BTP so that your core is clean and you are able to run those applications in parallel with the core. Then we have automation related solutions, so that includes your workflow management, process automations, everything. So where we have a lot of predefined bots which are available to automate a lot of processes, and as well as at the same time you can create your own automations also. BTP also acts as a central platform for all your integration requirements. So you have end-to-end, so that you have a processes end-to-end integrated with your S/4HANA or any of the SAP ERP or any of the SAP applications. So it acts as a singular platform through which you can integrate third-party applications, through which you can integrate EDIs, or we call it B2B integrations, or you can have any data integrations for the analytics purpose also. And then we have analytics layer where you have data management capabilities coming in from our DataSphere cloud, as well as the analytics capabilities coming in from our SAP Analytics Cloud, which includes planning as well. And lastly, since everybody is talking about AI, so just to highlight this, SAP has always been an AI company. We introduced embedded AI practices within our products since 2019 itself. And there are a lot of pre-built business models which are available and delivered within our S/4HANA cloud products, as well as those are a lot of these business models are available on business technology platform also, which supports different business processes to automate those processes. And then we do focus on something called responsible AI, which means that we don't process all of your data to give you that AI results. Rather, we take samples or mask data so that to train our models, so that your business information is secured with us. On this note, I would say that was I wanted to cover in this presentation today. I'm sure it was fruitful, or it was good insight to you. If you have any queries, you can write to Manas, or you can write it to me also. I'll put my email ID in the chat box. So Manas, I'll stop sharing now. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Ashish, for giving fair understanding about the Grow with SAP, and even you have given better understanding about the business technology platform. So now again, I'll request Ashish sir to come down, and he has planned something for you, right? You all audience, right? So I would request Ashish sir to please take the opportunity to present yourself. You have done something for our audience. Please share with your whatever the thought you have. Ashish sir, over to you.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, and I hope I'm clear as well, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so first of all, Ashish, thank you very much for the excellent presentation and fantastic insights. Manas, thank you for giving me this opportunity once again. And I want to thank all of you who have attended the webinar. This is where we left off. As I said, the best run businesses use SAP. Embark on your cloud journey today with Merino. Take your business, all your respective businesses to the next level. We want you to be successful. And as a small token of thanks to you, we're giving you an offer, which I'm just going to just going to move ahead. I don't know what's going on, but sorry, give me a second, please. Yeah. Okay, so this is a small offer from our side that if all those who have attended the webinar today, if you register your interest with us by September 30th, 2023, you can get a 5% discount on our services. There's a code there, which we will, of course, send to all of you by email. Please use the code. When you send us an email, put this in the subject line, put this code when you write to us. And I'm going to give you an email ID also on which email you can send it to us, right? So this is an offer. Just if you register your interest with us till the end of this month, you can get a 5% discount on our services. And that's not all. If you complete the digital discovery assessment by October 25th, you can claim an additional 5% discount. And do note, this has a different code. Please use, once you complete the step 1, you can again write to us using this code in the subject, and you will get 5 + 5, that's 10% discount on our services. Again, this is only for webinar participants, those who have attended this webinar today. And last but not the least, if you decide to embark on your cloud journey, and if you decide to go with SAP, you sign the order form with SAP and the Merino statement of work by November 25th, you can claim a further additional 5% discount. So that's 5 + 5 + 5, 15% discount on our services. And as you know, this is a huge amount of discount on any services. And this is really for as a small measure from our side. Again, there's a code mentioned, which will be sending you all these 3 codes. And this is a small measure from our side for all of you customers that have attended this. So thank you very much. And the email ID is contact@merinoservices.com, right? This is the email ID. Again, we'll be sending you the email ID and all these 3 coupon codes. So write to us, connect right now, send us, register your interest with us, and help your companies to grow to the next level with the SAP Cloud. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Thanks for giving your precious time. We have received few queries from our audience, right? So hopefully we will, I think Ashish is available. He can answer, or otherwise, by after ending this session, we will try to connect you all and try to give you the response against.
Manas, I was just going through those queries. So some of those queries are very specific. You can connect with them, such as solutions related with the EXIM. I was just going through those queries, and then we have something being asked for how do we manage the payment terms and all. So please do connect with these audiences, and then we can have a joint interaction with them if you need.
Right.
To elaborate the functionality in detail. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Thanks, Ashish.
And
So
I also, Manas, I also wanted to mention to all the participants that you can also send in your queries at contact@merinoservices.com. And if you want to take the next step forward, you can send your queries, but you also mention the code, so that if you decide to move forward with us, you can definitely use the code as well, right?
Correct. Thank you. Yeah, great. So thank you once again for your participation and giving your precious time. Hopefully we will connect you again, right?
So we look forward to talking to you and connecting with you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day to you all. Bye.
Bye.